Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the Son of the Morning Comics channel, and right now we're gonna do a review of The Amazing Mary Jane number 6, and I gotta say, I feel like it's a party mood. It's a fun book. There's some great stuff going inside there, so this video is gonna be a mini party. So, I got my Return of the Jedi glass filled with non-alcoholic beer because I'm allergic to alcohol. So we're drinking the old Partake Pale Ale, and we're having a smoke because, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, especially when we're looking at something like we're doing here today. So The Amazing Mary Jane has been what I would describe as a very pleasant surprise in the Marvel Universe that hasn't had too many pleasant surprises lately. So, for starters, gotta say, love the cover, think it's great. Mary Jane's just finished her filming of her movie in LA, and she's headed back to New York, where she can reunite with her beau, Peter Parker. Of course. Now, let's get... have to excuse me, the smoking doesn't help. So, Amazing Mary Jane. Here's what I'm talking about. Cause for celebration. When was the last time you opened a Marvel comic and the first thing you saw was a woman looking like this, and then like this? When was the last time you, and of course I'm going to be dating myself here when I say this, when was the last time a Marvel character appeared on a panel that looked like Cindy Crawford or Claudia Schiffer from the early to mid 90s in a skimpy little dress? You gotta love it. At any rate, this story here, it's the second part of, I guess the second arc in the story of Mary Jane by Leah Williams, who I think has done just a fantastic job with this book so far. It's been a lot of fun. I think this is something enjoyable for boys and girls and men and women alike. It's just a fun story, and I think that's something that's been lacking in Marvel for a while. Now, it's not the most eventful issue, but it is fun. So, she's going on this talk show, and so they're asking her all sorts of questions here about, the movie and how it was enjoyable and stuff like that, and her experiences. And then I noticed something a little bit odd that I was a little bit surprised that got past the Marvel editors. And let's take a look at that here. I'm talking about these two panels right here. A question is asked of her. Says, you've played normal female roles before. What was it like playing a real hero for the first time? And MJ's response, beautifully, is, they're all heroes to me, and I don't really make the female role distinction quite the same way either. It's more like I play a hero who is also a woman. This is a big departure from the type of stuff that we see in Marvel Comics, and certainly in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Really like that was included in there. Not sure how she managed, not sure how Leah Williams managed to get that one past the editors. But I'm glad that she did. At any rate, she's on this talk show, and she is surprised to find out that director Cage McKnight has been brought onto the set as well. Now, this is troublesome for MJ because if you've read the previous 5 issues, if you haven't, check out my video. Shameless plug. Case McKnight was actually kidnapped, and Mysterio was posing as Cage McKnight to make this movie about the life of Mysterio and have it be in a very positive light. So she's a little bit freaked out of that, you know. They're she's about to be found out, or Mysterio's about to be found out, and in the process she would be found out too as well. Now, so she is quickly texting Mysterio trying to figure out where he is. Of course, he's in LA, so he can't help her. And so it's nothing serious going on here. It's just a talk show. The funny part about it is that Cage McKnight makes the comment that he doesn't remember making this movie, but that's okay because the best movies that he makes in what he refers to as a fugue state, where he doesn't remember making those movies at all, and that a lot of the critics think that those are the best movies that he makes, which personally I just found hilarious. Thought that was a great little bit of writing in there by Williams. And of course, Mary Jane is uncomfortable with this situation, and she just kind of wants to get out of there. Of course, same thing like I said before. That's what Mary Jane looks like. That's what we know Mary Jane to have looked like from many years in the past. Just not what your typical Marvel character looks like these days. I think even Luke and Leia and Han would definitely approve. I think they approve. And I also think that Yoda and Chewie approve too. So that's also good. Now, what happens next is MJ sees this masked fellow here, and she gets scared. Now, of course, the rest of the crew is in the midst of this game show where they're playing this random object bowling game. And MJ's not really wanting to have too much of a part of it. She does take part a little bit, but then she kind of gets scared away a little bit. Here's her doing the bowling. And then you can see she's got a very concerned look in her eyes here, as if she has just witnessed something terrible. So we flip the page, and we got a really nice piece of artwork here where Mary Jane is witnessing a murder. And this, of course, scares her. She's frightened. And you can see here, she's wants to get away from him. But, of course, Spidey's gonna save the day, right? You can see him spinning a web. Mary Jane's frightened. This guy's gonna come after her. But, hey, just like Spidey said, I'm coming, MJ. Just hold on. Or I guess you can't really see that. Now there you go. MJ. He's coming. But, unfortunately, he's not coming to the TV set. He's headed to the restaurant where they're having their date. And for the first time in his entire life, Peter Parker is on time and MJ is late. So, you know, he's a little bit concerned. He starts to get concerned about Mary Jane, because Mary Jane is never late. She's always on time. And so he knows that something's up. And now Mary Jane is doing her best to try to evade the devil-looking fellow here. which is becoming increasingly harder as he is clearly trying to chase her. Now, he doesn't want to endanger anyone else, it would seem. It seems like he's only after MJ, and so, she does her best to get away from him, which she does manage to do. She does escape, so that's a good thing. And then, of course, we come back to Peter in the restaurant. He's frantically trying to call Mary Jane, not being able to get through. She has abandoned her phone in the, in her fright, trying to escape from Devilman. She has abandoned her phone. So she's just asking the cab driver to get her to the restaurant as soon as possible. She'll pay him extra just to have a few little tricks. So then we come to here, and we still see that Peter's trying to get a hold of Mary Jane, but somebody else is answering the phone. He says, "Hey MJ," and then the response is, "I'm at Lebec Fromage sitting," or he says, "I'm at Lebec Fromage sitting by the Parkview windows. Are you okay? Where are you?" And then he says, hello, just gets a hang up. So obviously something sinister is going on over here. Peter's just, sitting at the table, drinking water, eating bread. And of course, Mary Jane gets, you think that she's going to meet Peter, but she isn't going to meet Peter. She's actually going to the police station because she wants to report a murder. And they tell her that she can't report the murder because she doesn't have ID on her. Because she had left the studio in such a huff that she forgot her purse, and they ask her, is there anybody who can vouch for her identity? Of course, Peter Parker would be able to vouch for her identity. So she's now in there talking with some detectives. They want to know if she can call Peter so that he can, ID her so that she can report this murder. She mentions that she doesn't have the phone either. Her phone was ditched while she was trying to escape from the devil head guy who is trying to kill her. Now, this is all very interesting stuff. And of course, this is all causing some worry for Peter. He wants to find her. He pledges to find her. He loves her, so he needs to find her. Now, what unfortunately ends up happening is that the police inform MJ that the man that she saw commit the murder is actually a very, very high stakes, scary hitman type, and that she's gonna have to be relocated into witness protection. And so this issue here ends with her being dropped off in Anaconda, Montana, where she'll be safe for the time being. And then that, of course, will leave us with the cliffhanger going into the next issue. Perhaps that's what the next cover is going to look like. But hey, like I said, very pleased with this comic. I really love the cover. I've been really enjoying the series. It's been fun. It doesn't seem like that fun is going to stop. It just seems like Mary Jane's gonna get herself into another situation that she'll probably use her wits to find her way out of. So, kudos to the amazing Mary Jane. Kudos to Leah Williams. Great job on this one. Very happy with the way things are going so far on this. So, thank you for joining me here again on the Son of the Morning Comics channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. It's all very helpful. You can visit me over on Twitter. My handle is @sonofthemorning7. And thank you for joining me, and we will talk to you when it's time for the next video. Cheers.